Welcome to the 2024 NASCAR Lionel Cup Series Daytona 500. Today, 40 of the fastest drivers in North America and beyond will take on this 2.5-mile oval and see who will become the victor of one of the crown jewels of the sport we call NASCAR. Without further ado, let's get to your starting lineup for today's race. Starting on pole today is the number 23 of Bubba Wallace, followed by the 48 of Alex Bowman. Then you have your dual 1 and 2 winners Chris Buescher in the 17 and the 43 of Eric Jones. And behind them is the 2 of Austin Cindric and the 12 of Ryan Blaney, two Penske teammates. And behind them is the 54 of Ty Gibbs and the 9 of Chase Elliott. Back behind them is the 14 of Chase Briscoe and the 6 of Brad Keselowski. Then you have the 20 of Christopher Bell and the 91 of Shane Van Gisbergen. Then you have the 5 of Kyle Larson and the 11 of Denny Hamlin. And behind them is the 24 of William Byron and the 41 of Ryan Preece. And behind them is the 1 of Ross Chastain and the 34 of Michael McDowell. Then you have the 99 of Daniel Suarez and the 21 of Harrison Burton. And then you have the 38 of Todd Gilliland and the 10 of Noah Gragson. And behind them you have the 77 of Carson Hocevar and the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. And you have the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek and the 16 of AJ Allmendinger. And behind them is the 15 of Justin Haley and the 7 of Corey LaJoie. Then you have the 25 of Tyler Bradley and the 50 of Connor Daly. Then you have the 87 of Zane Smith and the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Behind them is the 31 of Daniel Hemrick and the 62 of Anthony Alfredo. Then you have the 4 of Josh Berry and the 3 of Austin Dillon. Behind them is the 22 of Joey Logano and the 45 of Tyler Reddick. And rounding out the field today is the 8 of Kyle Busch and the 84 of Jimmy Johnson. Without further ado, let's go green flag racing at Daytona. The green flag is in the air, and the Great American Race is underway. Bubba Wallace quickly goes to the lead on that bottom side with help from Chris Buescher, your dual 1 winner. He's got the 2 of Austin Cindric and the 12 of Ryan Blaney, two Penske teammates behind them. A 3-car breakaway at the front of this pack, and here come the Penske guys on the outside. Bubba Wallace is not going to be able to block that. Here comes Austin Cindric to lead for the first time today into turns 3 and 4. And down the backstretch, we take a look at your previous champion, your Season 2 champion, Daniel Suarez. He's got a lot of work to do today, but we've seen him run well at Daytona. He could do it. He could get up here. Austin Cindric still leads out of turn number 4 down the front stretch. Here comes Ryan Preece carrying a 3rd line on that outside, and he's going to draw even with the number 2. And a big launch through the middle by Alex Bowman. They're side by side now. Ryan Preece with the advantage into 3 and 4, and Ryan Preece will take the top spot once again. Oh, and there's contact at the front of the pack. Ryan Preece will go around. And the Stewart-Haas Racing... We were just talking about how well he was doing, and the caution will fly for the first time today. Take another look at what happens. A little bit of contact from the number 2 car. It looks like the 41 was breaking loose, and the 2 got into the back of him there, just sent him around. And luckily, 41 didn't hit anything. No one else hit him. So he's going to be able to continue with a couple of flat tires. He's going to have to restart at the back. Unfortunate for a car that looked really fast early here. And after a short cleanup, the green flag is back in the air. Front row motorsports teammates Michael McDowell and Todd Gilliland to the bottom of the track as the outside lane completely falls off on the restart. It's all Fords on the bottom lane right now. The Allied Penske teammates right behind the 2 front row teammates at the front of this pack. Michael McDowell continues to lead with his teammate Todd Gilliland right tucked in behind him. And here comes the outside lane with Noah Gragson down the front stretch. Oh, and a big crash down the front stretch. One car flips over. Harrison Burton along with Chase Briscoe are involved. Harrison Burton upside down. Let's take a look at what happened here. It looks like the 48 of Alex Bowman gets into the rear end of the 14 of Chase Briscoe, turns him directly into the right side of the 21 machine, puts him up and over. And this is the second flip that we've seen in the Daytona 500 over the past 2 seasons of the Lionel Cup Series. And there you see it once again. Chase Briscoe is going to be able to continue, but unfortunately, obviously, the 21 will not be able to. And he's going to be taken out in this wreck. A big crash involving Harrison Burton. It's going to be 3 laps to go when we restart. Green flag is back in the air. How about Todd Gilliland leading his first career laps in the Lionel Cup Series? But here comes Noah Gragson on that outside with help from his teammate Josh Berry, who will lead off of the final corner with 2 laps to go this time by. It will be Todd Gilliland, but the number 10 car is much faster on that outside lane as we go on board with him. The colleague teammates forming a 3rd line on the top. Noah Gragson takes the lead into turns 3 and 4. Down the front stretch, 1 lap to go in the Daytona 500. Noah Gragson continues to lead, but the 17 has a huge run down the backstretch. Can he do anything with it? They're side by side into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Noah Gragson will win the Daytona 500. And let's take a look at how he did it, but first, here's a rewind on lap number 5. His teammate Ryan Preece goes around off the front bumper of the number 2, Stuart Haas Racing, with 2 cars finishing outside the top 30, 2 cars in the top 3. An eventful day for that team for sure. As lap number 9, then number 21 goes upside down airborne. And here's that final lap. A great block by the number 10. The 17 manages to draw even, but just too big of a run with the 10 on the inside. Noah Gragson gets his first career Cup win in his rookie season. How about Todd Gilliland finishes top 5? Here you see Shane Van Gisbergen in his first career start, finishes top 20. Full starter Bubba Wallace finishes outside the top 20. And Harrison Burton, the only car taken out in this race. Noah Gragson, your winner from Daytona. Thank you for watching.